G'day folks, welcome to another PTP fishing, and today is a little bit of a repeat of what I've done once before. In fact, it is the most popular video on my channel. So I came up here to Somerset Dam and did some redclaw fishing. Well, I actually came here to catch some redclaw and catch a few fish, and in the end I caught no fish, but I caught plenty of redclaw. So it's been the most popular video on my channel by several thousand. So I thought I'd do a little bit of a repeat event. As you'll see from the other video that I'm filming this weekend, Nicholas and I are up here to do a bit of a fish. The wind is already causing us a few dramas here at the moment. So at the moment it's set the redclaw pots up, get them ready to go, and I guess a little bit similar to last time. So what I wanted to take you through is, I guess, what's changed a little bit from the last time I did this. And I've got a massive tangle down here. So going through some of the absolute basics. So in Queensland, opera house pots are still well and truly legal. The most important thing is you must have a round float like so. You cannot use other bottles, anything else. It must be that style of thing according to the regulations. And both your float and your pot has to be labelled with your name and information. Some of the rules have changed a little bit in recent times, so it's well worth going onto the DAF website. Check it out before you come out and do this, because obviously it's important that you are following the rules and regulations. Now, a few things that I didn't mention in that video. Number one, redclaw crayfish in this part of Queensland they're not from this area, so therefore if you catch one, it cannot be returned to the water. So that's a rule that I didn't mention last time. The other thing that's happened since last time is I've done a fair bit of redclawing, and the problem has been I've always put my baits into stockings and that sort of thing, cat food, dog food, those sort of things, and for whatever reason, whether it's a redclaw or not, I'm not quite sure, but these are getting destroyed. So I've had a little bit of a play. I've put together a few things like this, which is made out of shade cloth. I've got things like this that I'm going to wrap up and bundle up and use that. What I want to find is something a little bit more resilient, so that I've got a chance of catching some redclaw. Because what happened last time I was here is all of these had been destroyed, and I'd have one or two redclaw in the pot, but no bait left in the pot either. So that's the plan, that's what I'm doing now. It's going to take us a little while to put that together, because obviously with two of us, 4 pots each, that's 8 pots we've got to get ready. So I'm going to get to that. Next time you'll see us will be on the water, putting these in the water. So welcome to another PTP fishing from Somerset Dam, chasing a few redclaw. There you go, lucky pot number 1. Nicholas has got the pleasure of putting it in. Hopefully we'll check that in the morning, which should be full of redclaw. Rightio, so the one thing that does excite me about this redclaw mission this time round is this pot here. So I'm going to call it the super pot. The whole idea of it is obviously the opera house pots most people use, but I saw these on one of the redclaw Facebook pages, wanted to give it a try. So it has more entrances, more space for the redclaw to go into. So what I'm hoping is, well, we get a few more redclaw in it. So if you have a look at that, it's got my lovely bait hanging in the middle of it. I'm going to stick him over the side here. And hopefully, when we check that one tomorrow, it's going to be full of redclaw, or at least maybe more than the opera house pots. Only time will tell. So there you go, lucky last pot. I'll pop this one in, and then Nicholas and I are going to have a bit of a fish tonight. Hopefully I can show you from some action from tonight. See how we go, but better get that one in the water. See you later. Look out fish, here we come. Come on fish. Yep. Oh!
Pete, I actually seen that tape. Yep.
Hey! Oh, we haven't even got a net ready. Oh, net's tangled. Get off there. Alright.
Donkey does it again.
There you go. I reckon that could well be close to what I got the little bump from before as well. Nice. There you go. So 335, first fish of the trip. Nice way to start. Well done, Nicholas. There she's ready to go. See you later. So good morning. What a contrast this morning is compared to yesterday. Yesterday was very windy. Nicholas did really well, he got that fish. He's tickling me with the fishing rod at the moment, so that's quite funny as well. So yeah, we're looking forward to this morning. We're not going to touch the Redclaw pots at the moment, just purely for the fact that it's not often you get a morning like this. So we're going to get stuck into some fishing. Hopefully we get to show, I get to show you some fish.
Go back, 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 go back.
Okay, so the fishing's been a bust, so time to check the Redclaw pots. It's pot number 1 in one of my favourite little bays, so it'll be interesting to see whether it produces or not. It's always been a little lucky spot for me. And yeah, there's 3 or 4 in there. Not a huge amount, but a massive amount of shrimp. Wow. I don't know how well the camera will pick it up, but as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Redclaw in there. But there would be 30 or 40 shrimp in there as well. So if we were bait fishing, and I can't get someone hooked, so there we go, if we were bait fishing, we'd be set for bait. Look at those, and they're good sized ones too. There's my Redclaw. That's alright for pot number 1. Oh yeah, here comes pot number 2. Spot lock so we don't go over the top of it, which we have. And we've got a couple and a million shrimp yet again. Okay, so pot number 3. Oh, don't run away. So the 3 in this area here, we actually varied the depths quite a bit. So this one was in closest in about 10 foot of water. And then we went 14 and 20 feet. So it'll be interesting to see what the results are. And 10 foot of water has resulted in 2 nice ones. Rightio, pot number 4. So like I said, this one was in about 14 foot of water. It's a little bit deeper than the last one. There's not a lot of splashing going on in there. And that would be 1. Okay, so this pot here, from memory, is the super pot. So this is the one that was in deeper water. And in theory, should be chock-a-block full of lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of Redclaw, because it was in 20 foot of water. And we met a guy at the ramp yesterday that said 20 foot of water was the way to go. Of course we didn't listen other than this pot, but feels heavy, but that's because it's a big pot, I reckon. So we'll see how we go. Getting there slowly. I certainly had plenty of rope on this one. Oh yeah, what can we see? Well, I saw one. Oh, there's some nice ones in there. So when we caught up with old mate at the boat ramp yesterday, he showed us some that were all that big and even bigger, whereas most of the ones we've been getting that we think are good are that size. So that is a thumping big Redclaw. I would call the super pot a success. Come here. So there's a bit of an interesting story behind this. So I call this my comfort rope, or actually Ray from Obsession Spinnerbaits called this my comfort rope pot. The problem with the comfort rope pot is it's never actually caught a Redclaw. So we're hoping we'll change it today, and it has. Not a lot, but 3 nice ones. So just while we're motoring to the next pot, Nicholas and I were debating whether the super pot was the reason that we got bigger and more Redclaw, or whether it was the 20 foot that the guy said to us on the boat ramp yesterday. Most probably a combination of the two. Can only hope, because these ones are definitely in deeper water, these next two, that maybe we get another haul like that. So we'll see how they go. Second last pot, hopefully full of Redclaw. Not full of Redclaw. 3. Okay, lucky last pot. Come on, be nice. Feels very, very light. Oh, there is one absolute thumper in there and 2 smaller ones. Well, that's a first for me. First time that I've ever come Redclawing, and there's been Redclaw in every pot. So I just want to reiterate a point that I made in the intro to the video. Whether they're a monster like that or a much smaller one like that, if you catch a Redclaw, it is illegal to return it to the water. So thumpers like that, obviously always welcome. These guys taste just as good. If anything, they're a little bit sweeter. Maybe not as much return, but they're not allowed to go back in the water. Certainly not here at Somerset anyway. So check the rules and regulations. Big or small, they've got to go into the esky. Okay, so that's it for this PTP fishing. Redclaw video number 2 will go into the bag, and when you're catching Redclaw like those guys, like they're monsters. Absolute crackers. Don't really know what else to say about those guys. Like if you caught them all that big, I think everybody would be here to come and do it. So it's a great family thing, and I must admit, I love doing it too. It almost brings the kid back out in me. So we've had a really good session with them. Well, I shouldn't say really good, it's been a fair session. Most probably got 40, 45 Redclaw, a couple of monsters, a few small ones. Well worth doing, because certainly the fishing wasn't. The fishing was very, very poor. So Nicholas did well to get that one fish yesterday. I got the bite just before, which is more than likely the same fish. Anyway, time to end this video. These guys here are going back in the esky. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time from PTP Fishing. See ya. Say bye. Bye.